Hello there people, Aaron here, also known as FullTimeFM, and welcome to a brand new Football Manager 2016 tactical video for the FMScout channel. Last couple of weeks I've had a lot of requests to get this tactic onto the channel. It's the Sir Alex Ferguson 1999 tactic that he won the treble with. A lot of people have been asking for it, so here it is. Now what I've done, I've got the DVD. I'm obviously a Manchester United fan. I've got the Promised Land DVD where they won the treble in 1999. So I've watched that. It was about 1,000 hours long. And I've made a lot of notes. I've tried to replicate how Alex Ferguson did it in real life and tried to come up with a tactic for it on FM16. Now, obviously, it was the 4-4-2. Sir Alex was quite famous for getting the best out of the wingers with the overlapping fullbacks and the two complete strikers. So this is how it works. So with the goalkeeper, that is just going to be standard goalkeeper. I've set that up like Schmeichel would. He used to get the ball, he'd throw it straight to the wingers, and you try and launch a counter-attack. If I just go on two players, go to my goalkeeper, throw it long, distribute to the flanks, and distribute it quickly. That's how Schmeichel used to do it. He used to get the ball, he'd either throw it to Giggs, Giggs would run down the wing with it, get it in the box, and more often than not, we'd score a goal. Now, the two fullbacks are just going to be fullback support, which was Dennis Irwin. He didn't have to go too far forward. He did it every now and then, but because we had Ryan Giggs on the flanks, who could, he's really good at dribbling back in the day, he didn't really need that much support, so Dennis Irwin would do it every now and then, but not as much as Gary Neville. Now, next to Dennis Irwin, we've got the covering defender. That was either Johnson or Henning Berg. Because there was Jaap Stam, but he never really had a full-time partner like Vidic and Rio Ferdinand. It was always Berg or Johnson. So they kind of covered Jaap Stam because Jaap Stam, I think he was the best central defender United's ever had. I think he was better than Rio Ferdinand. I think he was better than Vidic. And, he was a massive reason why United won the treble that year. So I've got him as defence and stopper. He used to push forward a little bit. He'd put a little bit of pressure on the attackers or the advanced playmaker. And if they did get it round him, which they usually didn't, they've got the covering defender there to sort him out. Now, Gary Neville, as we always used to see, he used to overlap David Beckham all the time. Beckham would get the ball on the wing, and then Gary Neville would fly past him and whip it into the box. So that is why Gary Neville would be on full-back attack. Now, Beckham himself, wide midfielder, support. Beckham wasn't renowned for his dribbling. He wasn't renowned for his speed, but he was renowned for his crossing and his hard working, so that is why he's a wide midfielder and not a winger. So he'll literally just stay on the flanks, hug the touchline. When the ball gets played to him, he'll look up and he'll just literally whip it into the box, and hopefully he'll score a goal. Next to Beckham, we've got Paul Scholes, the advanced playmaker support. We all know how good Paul Scholes is. When people have a conversation, who was the best English midfielder over the last 20 years, people used to say Scholes, Gerrard or Lampard. And usually United fans say Scholes, Liverpool fans say Gerrard, or Chelsea fans say Lampard. But, people have different opinions, but in my opinion, it's Paul Scholes. I'm probably being a little bit biased because I'm a Manchester United fan. But in the 1999 series, he played in a central partnership with Roy Keane, and he was a bit of an advanced playmaker. He used to kind of float around, finding little pockets of space. He'd dink it over the top, he'd play it to the wingers, and he'd have some long shots as well. He scored a lot of screamers for Manchester United. In his twilight years, he used to drop a little bit deeper. He didn't have the legs anymore to try and get up the pitch, then get back down again. But back in the day, in 1999, when he was a little bit younger, he was an advanced playmaker support. Now, next to him, we've got Roy Keane. Now, Roy Keane was box to box. He used to fly up the pitch when we had the ball, and when we lost it, he'd fly back and help out the defence. Now, different games. In games at Old Trafford where we would expect it to win, he would go a little bit further up the pitch, and he didn't score a lot of goals, but he did get a couple. And if we lost the ball, he'd run back and he'd help out the defenders. But in a game where it was going to be a hard match, like Bayern Munich away, and we played Inter Milan away, and when I was watching them highlights, he kind of didn't go that too far forward. So you could maybe put him as a ball winner if you wanted to. But I'm kind of going for the proper tactic that Fergie played with most of the time. But then some of them big games where it was going to be a hard match, he did go as a ball winner. Now, next to Roy Keane is Ryan Giggs, winger attack. He used to get the ball, pick it up, and he'd just run at the defenders, cause havoc. He'd either have a shot himself and score, or he'd whip it into the box to the two strikers. Now, at the top, Cole and York, the best partnership Manchester United have ever had, in my opinion. Now, York, complete forward, support. I think he got something like 22 assists in the 1999 season just by giving it to Andy Cole. So Dwight York used to drop just a little bit deeper, and Cole kind of like led the line. He was a complete forward as well. He could pass the ball, he could shoot, he could head it, he could dribble a little bit. But Dwight York used to drop just a little bit deeper. And I witnessed that in the 3-3 draw versus Barcelona. You can type that in Google, into YouTube. Cole and York versus Barcelona. You'll see one of the best goals you'll ever see, where they just 1-2'd it all the way around the defence. And I think it was Andy Cole who slotted it past the goalkeeper. And that was with Dwight York dropping a little bit deep, got the ball, give it to Andy Cole, who dummied it, give it him back. They did a couple of 1-2s, worked it into the box, and they got the goal. So that is why one is support and one is attack. Now, with the mentality, we've got attacking. Obviously, Manchester United, Fergie always used to attack. The team shape was fluid, and the instructions looked like this. The tempo was higher, time wasting rarely. Fergie was renowned for playing wide football. The defensive line was slightly higher, used the offside trap, closed down sometimes, and used tighter marking. Now, I've left the tackling as default, because if I get stuck in, then we all know Paul Scholes couldn't tackle to save his life. It could happen if you've got an advanced playmaker who can't tackle as well. He might do a sliding tackle, completely miss the ball, break the other guy's legs, and get a 6-month suspension, or something like that. But I don't want to turn them all into fairies where they don't touch them whatsoever, so I'm just going to leave that unticked as the default settings, where the defenders will hit hard, the midfielders will hit a little bit hard, and the strikers won't hit that hard at all because, usually can't tackle. Now, the build-up would be pass into space. The defenders would get the ball, pass it into space to either Ryan Giggs or Beckham, who can get onto the end of it. Beckham can take a touch or whip it into the box, or he can give it to Giggs, who'll just sprint forward with it, dribble in and out, or either put it into the back of the net or cross it in. Passing directness was more direct passing. Don't confuse that with long ball football. Long ball would be goalkeeper all the way to the strikers. Direct passing is defence to midfield to attack. A little bit more direct. You don't want to be wasting time getting the ball up the pitch. Creative freedom, I'm going to leave that as default as well. If I click more expressive, then the defenders will start trying to do Hollywood balls, 40-yard balls over the top. You don't want that. And if you do more disciplined, then you're not going to get a lot of creative freedom, and some of your flair players won't show you that flair. Now, the attacking in the final third, we've got look for the overlap. I just said that a minute ago. Beckham used to get the ball. If he couldn't get it in the box, if someone was marking him, he'd keep hold of it. He'd wait for Gary Neville to sprint past him, lay it off to Nev, and then Gaz Nev would whip it into the box, and they'd get some goals. Now, dribbling, run it defence. Used to pick the ball up. Roy Keane could run at the defence. Paul Scholes didn't really do it, but the wingers did it. Beckham could run with the ball sometimes. Didn't do it a lot. He wasn't spectacular at dribbling, but he would run at them every now and then. He had a good work rate. And obviously Ryan Giggs, he could sprint all day long with the ball. And, that's why it's on run at defence. So that is how it's set up. It's the 4-4-2 with your two complete forwards, one a little bit deeper. Support, that was usually Dwight York. Got winger, which was Giggs. You've got your box-to-box Roy Keane. You can change that to ball winner if you want. Advanced playmaker, which was Paul Scholes. Your wide midfielder, which was Beckham on support. Dennis Irwin on support, either Henningberg or Ronnie Johnson, central defender cover. Jaap Stam, stopper. Gaz Nev, full-back attack. And then you've got your goalkeeper, Peter Schmeichel, who would launch it forward. Now, if we just go on to the players and we'll highlight a couple of the attributes. We've got the goalkeeper there. We all know what needs to be a good goalkeeper. Now, you've got your full-back support. Dennis Irwin was very good at crossing. We've got your cover. We've got close down less, mark tighter, and pass it shorter. Because your centre-backs usually aren't that good at passing, so you don't want them looking up, seeing someone in space, and them trying to do a Xavi ball over the top, because you'll just lose possession of the ball. We've got Stam next to him, whose anticipation and aggression must be good. He was quick, he was strong, he made the right decisions, his positioning was good at tackling and heading. So that is why that is good for stopper. We've got full-back Gary Neville, who needs to be pretty quick. Gary Neville was decent at dribbling. I don't mean dribbling at taking people on. It wasn't like Messi, where he was running in and out, just taking people on all day long. But I mean dribbling, where they get the ball, they just sprint with it down the flanks and whip it into the box. So that's why dribbling and crossing are important. Obviously, you need the defending attributes to be good as well, which they tackling there, marking, you need all them highlighted too. Now, Beckham on the wing, wide midfielder support, crossing, obviously important, first touch important, marking, passing, tackling, because they're going to help out the fullback, because your fullback's going to be attacking. Now, if he does lose the ball at the top of the pitch, you've not got anyone here. So with wide midfielder support, he'll drop back and cover that spot, because your fullback will be at the top of the pitch. You've got your advanced playmaker support. Obviously, crossing needs to be decent, first touch, passing, vision's highly important, decisions, composure. Doesn't matter if they're strong, if they're fast. So them kind of players don't really need to be like that. You think of Scholes, you think of Javet, Iniesta, Silva, Mata. Them little playmakers don't really rely on physical attributes, and Scholes didn't have to do that either. Box to box was the Roy Keane. Needs to be pretty quick, pretty strong, good balance, good natural fitness. He needs to have great mental attributes, good work rate, good teamwork, vision, okay, off the ball, positioning. You should be good at tackling, good technique. You can take long shots off if you want. If your box to box isn't that good at long shots, you can just click on there, tell him to shoot less. But that is completely up to you. Or you can put it as a ball winner. It's up to you. Like I said, in some of the games where they were expected to have a hard match, Keane didn't go that far forward. He'd just stay back a little bit and turn into a ball winner. And you've got Giggs, who had to be good at crossing, dribbling, finishing, first touch. Long shots, again, you can take that off if you want to. Passing had to be good. Speed, very, very important for a winger attack. Good stamina, because they need to be doing it all day. Strength can be important, but it's not too important. And then you've got your complete forward support, who can pass, good first touch, good at crossing, dribbling, heading, all the stuff you need to be a good complete forward. And then you've got your complete forward attack, who's pretty much the same as support, but is a little bit more forward on the pitch. Now, with set pieces, I'm going to leave that completely up to you. If you want to have a look on my channel, there'll be a link in the description. I've got a set piece tutorial on there if you want to check that out. That'll help you set up the set pieces. So there it is. That's the Sir Alex Ferguson 1999 treble winning tactic. So I'm going to put a link in the description. Do give us 48 hours to get it up onto the website and processed before you see it on there. As soon as it's on there and it's processed on there, I'll come back to this video and I'll put it in the link of the description. If you can't wait that long, just look at this video again and try and copy it. So there you go, the Sir Alex Ferguson 1999 treble winning tactic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.